Welcome, all you AEW fans. And I stand with Brody King is how we're going to start the show.
I
Listen,
also stand with Brody King and for MJF mugging at the camera.
yes, MJF, I would like to thank you because you gave me the best meme from this week of wrestling that I watched too, twice. I would actually love to see it. But hello, everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Ensemble,
But
your weekly AEW Post-Show Breakdown here at VC WrestlePod. Of course, my name is Mikey, El Jefe of VC WrestlePod, running the ones and twos and trying to keep everything afloat in these crazy times. But while I can, I never want to do these shows alone because it's not as fun to just watch me talk about wrestling. It's kind of weird. Eh, it's crazy. But if you are if you are new here, let me introduce the panel to you. First and foremost, next to me on the screen to my right, yes, I know my directions. We have Mr. Benny DeBear, who is here. He's queer, and we're here to have a good time.
Absolutely. Uh, Greetings and salutations. Let's rock and roll, shall we?
Yeah, buddy. And then, of course, rounding out our trio of the panel tonight, he is here. He is also queer. He is Daniel Cherry Garcia, JVL. We're about to be popping them chairs tonight, apparently.
happy to be here, Mikey. And as always, it's nice to be on a panel where we don't have any bald guys that are visible, other than Benny.
Be nice.
I got a hat on.
You do, but I mean, the professor just doesn't want to show up anymore. He showed up once, got sick of us, and left again.
Well, I don't know if you got sick of us, per se.
Oh,
You got sick of me, guys. I'm just kidding now. If you only knew the half of it, I kind of feel bad, but I also don't because, like I explained last week, I had a whole entire rogue kilt and a rogue Andrew message him at the same time. I'm like, oops.
Speaking of
So
which,
it
I'm going to
was
grab my phone now and
no.
send a text.
Do it. Watch him pop in wherever he's at. That'd be fantastic. But we are here to review another week of AEW television as we are gearing up for a really fun Dynamite happening in my neck of the woods tomorrow. But I will not be going to that show, but I will explain why at the end. And also, Grand Slam Australia is this Saturday, you guys. I can't believe
What?
it's finally here.
What? That's not a thing.
Yes, it is. Lots of things are going down, and I can't wait to talk about it. But before we get into the AEW post-show breakdown, if you are new here or you've been rocking with us for the last 3.5 years, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick is where you can see us go live pretty much every single day of the week. Or if you're looking for our edited reviews, YouTube afterwards, because we upload them the day after at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, which I know is late for the East Coast folks, but hey, that's when the algorithm seems to like our videos. Don't ask me why.
Hey, we're unique. It's wonderful.
It really, truly is. Also, I know a lot of the boys tend to do their homework also because I didn't know this, but a lot of them watch the edited reviews. I'm like, okay. So that was just like, okay. But that is for all the lives and stuff. But if you're looking for something more self-contained, then the social media is where it's at because you get to see our report cards, our prediction stuff, our clips now that we're slowly rolling back out now, which has been really fun to do. And listen,
hey, we're on Insta Live right now.
We're on Insta Live. It's great. And also, the algorithm just doesn't love my face because Mystery Wrestling, it loves Jesse apparently too.
But who doesn't love Jesse, honestly?
That is very true. We all love Jesse here. And like, if you don't like him, then we gonna fight.
I agree.
Like, we will fight you. But we also have some merchandise at our shop, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. I'm in the process of actually getting our new designs embroidered, which is a lot of fun. So you can get embroidered shirts as well as printed shirts, and that's a whole fun stuff.
I was not told about this. I now need to reorder mine.
Well, I am in the process of doing 2 versions of the shirt, one for regular screen print and then embroidered as well. So,
do you ship internationally? Anyway, we'll talk later.
we'll talk about it. Be like, get embroidered polo shirts for us. Be like, we fancy. Anywho, last but certainly not least, guys, we pay for a lot of streaming services to watch all this stuff. And especially for AEW pay-per-views and sometimes independent pay-per-views that are not covered underneath the streaming service, we got to pay for these, you guys. So, Friendo Coffee Bot pops up in the chat over on Twitch and YouTube ever so often. If you feel inclined to donate to the cause, please do. No pressure, because times are economically tough right now. And people got bills to pay out here. In the words of Destiny Child, help me pay my bills, my telephone bills. Can't you? So this is like, so shout out to Destiny's Child. All right. Now that we gotten that out of the way, let's talk about some wrestling, specifically AEW wrestling, because we had a whole charcuterie board of different types of wrestling in AEW this week. So I was like, I cannot wait to talk about it. So what better way than to kick things off like we always do here? Let's talk about the Dynamite, the AEW Dynamite that happened. And, you know, we're just going to start off with just this. Like,
yeah, let's just throw that at the top of the show. Why not?
I was like, as soon as I heard the Death Riders music, I'm like, well, damn, we going to start this off. Okay. I was like, just hot out the gate. I'm just gonna say this now, Pac, you are my MVP in this match. Like, yes. I was just like, sir, I have missed you.
Well, I now want to see a Pac Klon like match every week now. Like, this has to be done. They stole the show every time they were in together.
Turn off the gravity, just go.
Yeah, what is it? Give me Pac and Josh Alexander as well. You know?
Josh was also great in here too. Like, everybody was great in this except for you, Danny. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Danny was the fall guy.
He put the Dragon Tamer on. He was going for it.
Yeah. I actually really like this version of the Don Callis family. I like this trio of people that, because we always have getting different versions of the trios when we do the trios matches. I actually really like these three together of Klon, Josh, and Takeshita.
I felt it was interesting to watch Takeshita tease every once in a while, like, do I trust these two as well? Like, you know, Kyle got me burned here. What's going on?
Takeshita is going through a messy breakup with the Don Callis family, and you don't know who to trust right now.
Oh, no one knows who to trust right now. These are two heel teams that ostensibly someone was a babyface, but if we were playing, you know, GM mode, no one understands how this works.
So let's talk about this, right? Because somebody pointed this out to me, and I'm very interested to have this conversation. So technically, Death Riders are still heel, but the person that pointed this out to me made some really great points. I was just like, do we consider Death Riders baby faces? Because I was just like, are they more tweeners? Like,
I think they're in a weird gray area where they're not even tweeners. They just don't know what to do with themselves because of the fact that you see like Yuta and Marina.
They play all over the place.
One thing I've noticed lately is that like they're clearly setting up the Don Callis family as like the new big bad, right? And with this Death Riders feud, like they're just tweaking the Death Riders just a little bit to make the fans cheer for them. I'm sure they'll be back to being baddies anytime, you know.
Will they though? Like, I wonder about like a split happening or just like a division down the middle, and we get like Mox and Marina go off on their own, or like what it ends up, especially after this hair versus hair match coming up next week. Like, you've got the goofy heels in Yuta, and now Marina's drawn into that. You got these three that are just kind of working stiff and not really like furthering a storyline, as if they don't know what to do with them anymore. So they can't really lean to either side of the fence until they figure it out. And when you stick them up against mega heels, like the Dom Fallis family, like they're just going to have to play the babyface role, even if they don't do anything babyface to begin with.
Mm-hmm. And then you have Claudio out here just doing side quests at this point.
Oh, yeah. He's on his own.
Also, AEW. Can I get one of those masks? I'm just saying. Anyways, we'll talk about it.
Claudio's mask?
Yes.
Jesus.
I was like,
oh, no. But yeah. Like I said, out of this thing, Josh Alexander did really well. Takeshita obviously does well. there were a lot of interesting pairings. I felt the weak link probably was Daniel Garcia in this, but I want to see Klon and Pac go at it, especially like C2 or anything else. It'd be amazing to watch them go at it.
I completely agree with you in that, like, everybody was great in this. Like, I love El Clone. Like, I've only seen him, like, 3 times now? And, like, I'm like, yes, I'm in. It's like sort of like a Terminator, you know? Like, every time you think he's down, he pops right back up.
Listen, I love Arez so much, and he is so good, and I'm finally glad that he gets to be recognized on television for how amazing he is. 22 plus years on the lucha independent scene, and on the independent scene here in the States, period. So good.
Really?
But
is that old?
he's been around forever. He's been wrestling forever. Now remember, like some of y'all been learning. Some of these boys in Lucha Libre, they start when they're like 12. Like
Yeah,
they start when they're 12. And also, I won't be on there tomorrow, but we are in CMLL. We are soon getting the Torneo de Escuelas. So, like the 5 major Mexican wrestling schools that CMLL like has people come from, send teams of 5 and have a big old tournament to determine who is the best wrestling school. It is crazy fun. More on that information tomorrow night. But the Don Callis family actually do pick up the victory here. And for Takeshita, I was just like, I'll be like, I feel your pain. You don't know who to trust right now.
I'm now waiting for like there's going to be a match where Okada runs down to throw a towel in for Takeshita and just completely throws him off.
Yeah, like Cody in the Bullet Club.
Oh my god, yeah.
So
oh my gosh. It's crazy that it's only February and the amount of towels I've seen being thrown this year alone, even we're only halfway through the second month, has been nuts. I've seen like 4 already. I'm like, what happened? Anyways, so after this opening match, we go backstage. This picture. Renee's like, so what's your next move, Swerve? Nana talks. We still gonna be fighting. That is pretty much this promo summed up.
Easy, understandable. It's very nice. I was also looking at the embassy towel he had too. It's still
absolutely. I always love a wink to the embassy, you know, because the embassy never dies, you know.
Never.
No, it doesn't.
I'm so I'm just so glad to see Prince Nana, like, you know, on national TV for this long. After this long, like, he's so great, man.
Yeah.
He never gets old for me. I love Nana. He's great.
Well, and the interplay between the two of them, like Swerve doesn't need a mouthpiece, but when he has Nana and lets him talk, it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna completely let this go off the rails in the best possible way.
I'm just saying, man, there's something about, I don't want to make it a race thing, but between like Nana and Stokely, I was just like, there's just something there when natural charismatic characters get on screen. It just makes everything better.
It does. The flavor it adds is so much more delectable in the stew that we have.
And in certain cases, like with Swerve, who doesn't really need a mouthpiece, it does add to it. And then Stokely, I'm going to be careful on how I say this because I love FTR, but I do think sometimes that some of their promos hit, some of them don't, but Stokely always makes it great. I was just like, all right, Stokes, we love you. Thank you for helping these poor white men. These poor white men. Menses. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. So after Swerve and Nana are backstage with Renee, we get a squash match, which I love, of course. I love this outfit from Tony. I was just like, yes, ma'am. We're just like, just let the tag team championships and trios championships also include mixed tags and mixed trios champions. Like that,
they need it. They obviously do. I will say also, great job in AEW here, creating doubt, like showing doubt in their baby faces in the best possible way, and Toni Storm, especially the way she delivers it, but also going down that camp route of like, oh gosh, I don't know what we're gonna do here. I really, and like, believably, like, I really don't want to lose my hair.
I love also, that they're like I can't be bald, and like Luther's in the background.
Yep.
Luther's like, really, you guys?
Well,
shout out to AEW because they did mock photos of what each 4 each person would be like bald, and I was just like, Cassidy would be okay, Wheeler would be hilarious. Tony would be probably down for the cause. Marina scares me in the best way possible. I'm like, Marina would terrify me. I was like, the problem becomes G.I. Jane, and it would be nuts.
Which kind of works.
It does. So
But
I'm
also,
excited.
But we think back to, like, also you look at the history of it. What was involved the last time Orange Cassidy was in a hair versus hair match? And Yuta was there with his short hair. Like, Yuta was involved. All these people have been involved, and none of them have lost their hair yet. Like, I don't know.
So
Could
it's
be
official.
funny.
Somebody's losing hair on Saturday. It's gonna be great. I cannot wait. This is a fun squash. Go ahead, Benny. Sorry.
You know what's fun is that like Tony Storm, like just think of the wig options. You know. Oh no.
No. I see this, and I'm with you, Benny. I'm totally with you on this. Would she though, or would she just like own it and like paint her hair on or something? Like, because I see like her coming out in a gag with like full bald hair and then just eyeliner that's down all the way, and she's completely lost herself.
Oh, it'd be pretty great, but like a Marina with like a Grace Jones sort of look. That sounds pretty fun too.
Yes, come through with the references. Yes. We love a Grace Jones reference in this chat.
We love it all over. Right, chat? Let us know.
We love Grace Jones up in here. Alrighty. So I'm looking forward to Saturday. We are quite done because we're going to see everybody involved on Saturday too. So when we get to Collision, we're going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd brutalized and kidnapped Darby Allin. I was just like, what is happening?
Well, you know what's happening. They left this for too long. It's just another way for Darby to get beat up, and Clark Connors can't keep his shirt on. Like, we know this is going to happen. Oh, no. Now I've lost everybody.
Man,
no, I'm still here. I was typing.
I was just wondering, like, when Henry Rollins was going to pop up.
I mean, it was a Black Flag, like, music video.
That is very true. Clark, I'm disappointed in you. There was no Wheelson in any of this.
like, you know.
That's who we were waiting for. Where is Wheelson?
Wheelson was on the Jeep that he was driving.
Tire.
That's true. Yeah. Wheelson was a cameo. He was a guest star. But I'm just like, damn, Darby just get beat up. I swear, every feud for Darby summarizes like he about to get beat up, and we about to see him die again.
Mm-hmm. There's no other storyline for Darby. He just gets beat up and dies, and then comes back to life.
Yes, he gets beat up and dies. If he dies, he dies.
He dies.
We're not done. We're not done with the Homicide Squad here because we're gonna see them later.
Is that what we're calling them now? Is Homicide Squad?
I don't know. Attempted murder, just the psychopaths, Bullet Club, War Dogs. We're gonna see.
Not to be confused with FTR, aggravated assault, allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. Allegedly speaking. So we're gonna talk about the War Dogs a little bit later in the show, but right now, Mark Davis, I love you. But I was just like, I immediately knew. I was like, I knew what this was happening. So we get Hangman Adam Page versus Mark Davis. Fine enough match. I knew where we were going with this. I was just like, all right, get one for the Hangman. Get a win for the Hangman.
Well, here's my question to you. Do you think that it's Mark Davis in this spot if Jake Doyle is still okay and hasn't torn his bicep?
I don't think so. I think, well, who knows?
Or do they send out Hechicero?
I mean, they could have, but I knew a little bit of behind the curtain. I figured that Hechicero was going to be kind of busy somewhere else this past week.
That would make sense.
Also, he's going to be busy for the next 2 weeks too, because he's not going to be on AEW television. However, he is going to be as part of Fantastica Mania Japón. Him and a bunch of other CMLL talent are heading to Japan for their 2-week tour.
Nice.
We love to see it. But
We,
I was just like, this is a tune-up match. This is tune-up for Hangman.
what was that, Benny?
I was just gonna say I like the use of the space in this match, like because the ring was so close to like the guard, or at least the balconies. Like Hangman used one of the balconies to do the no look moonsault, and that what was it? The reversal into another reversal into the tombstone on the stage. What? Only those two could do that.
On how close that his head was to that stage too. Like as much as I'm saying they were safe, it was like, oh, that was almost a stinger.
This was a really tiny venue,
Yeah.
And then it was crazy.
Yeah, Hangman took care of him real good too. Like he was just gonna.
A little bit up, brother. A little bit up.
Like Hangman Adam Page takes care of everybody. He is.
Can he take care of us?
I mean, he could. I don't know if his wife. I don't know if Mrs. Hangman Adam Page would be too fond of it. But
Mrs.
honestly,
Hangman.
it is. Yeah, Mrs. Hangman. We love your husbando. He is a good dude. He is a good dude. Him and Brody King. There's nothing you can make me do to hate him, and he's just so genuine too. And he's also very aware of himself and his parasocial relationship with wrestling fans. Again, the fact that he just casually admits that he reads the fan fictions that people send him with the AEW roster is ridiculous. That Speedball Mike Bailey vlog made me love Hangman even more. But I mean, I've always liked Hangman, and y'all know this. But what to put it over the edge for me, I'm like, when Hangman cut that whole entire promo in Spanish in Grand Slam Mexico, I was just like, winner, we won, you guys, we won. This is perfect example of using your platform for good. He's just a very soft boy, and we love him.
Well, but and AEW in general has been using their platform for good, whether they intended to or not. I mean, this evening proved it with the actions of Brent in the ring and everything else, which we'll get to later.
Shout out Vegas. I have questions about you sometimes as a city, but you know what? This AEW Vegas crowd, y'all get your points tonight. We're going to talk about you in a little bit later. But Hangman wins. He cuts a quick promo afterwards, and then we just roll right into the next match.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, you guys. I knew this was going to be good, but when I watched, by the end of this, I was like, I was not ready. I was not ready.
So I'm quoting some other journalists that have talked about this week and said, it's actually amazing they're actually going through with this. It's finally a new pairing. It's a new setup, something we haven't seen before. And it's what we wanted. And then to get the ending we did and really get something new, yes, thank you. I am so happy I tuned into this. The amazing back and forth. Oh, God, the V-trigger in the back of the head, into the knees. Oh, my gosh, this was insane.
Yeah, I completely agree. And, this match was sort of like Conan be damned. He was as he was saying, out of this, we get Swerve and Kenny, Andrade versus whomever wins the Eliminator or the title match next week. So there's a possibility, and a good possibility, we could be seeing Brody King versus Andrade in LA.
Listen, there in any combination, well, here's the crazy thing. I love Hangman because we do find out that this Saturday at Grand Slam Australia, we find out who's going to Revolution between Andrade and Hangman. I love Hangman.
Hmm.
I'm kind of rooting for Andrade just because it would be a different matchup.
Give me something new. Give me something like, let's follow this. Whether or not you're on board with Andrade yet or anything else, or it doesn't have to be Andrade. I just am so glad they're working with a new setup of things they can do and not just putting the new toy to the side saying, hey, yeah, it's great you're here and you're back, but you're in the Don Callis family, one of like 7 people, and we don't really care about you. Yeah, use new people.
Here's what Tony Khan, if Tony was smart with this one, here's what I would do, and I'm gonna play Booker for a little bit, right?
Put the hat on.
So,
put the hat on.
I'm gonna put the hat on, and let me tell you something, right? Because somebody pointed this out to me, a friend of mine pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. So I think this Saturday, because again, it's Hangman versus Andrade, winner's going to Los Angeles to Revolution to face whoever's the winner of MJF and Brody King at Grand Slam Australia, right? So I think Andrade should go over on Hangman because I think it's new. But then people are like, well, if Andrade wins, what do you do with all the other stars who are circling this, championship scene with MJF as the champion? I'm going to tell you what we should do. And something that has been absent from the last Revolution, I say you put the remaining people who are swimming around here so that way you could still tell a story. Because last year we didn't get it. Let's bring back the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Winner gets the championship match. But instead of it being for like the TNT or the mid card, you put your top stars in that ladder match, and winner is the new number 1 contender for the world title for Double or Nothing, or even after that. Could you imagine Swerve, Kenny, by the grace of God, hopefully, Hangman, and then you throw in some other heavyweights in there too if you want to, like, I don't know. Joe obviously is out on injury, but like if you want to put some other people that, could possibly be future up, like.
Do you stick Ricochet in there? Because, I mean, ladder match.
Ricochet, a Speedball, Kevin Knight.
Kevin Knight.
Or if you even want Kevin to, because we saw them do well, like a Josh Alexander in this ladder match would be nuts too. A Mark Davis in this match.
Okada.
Like, you could send all these people. Like, you have your last 3 contenders in Kenny, Swerve, and Hangman if he loses, and then you pick 3 other people who are kind of also potentially next one up this year. A Kyle Fletcher in this match would be crazy too.
No, Large William.
You need the crazy fun. You know what? So in a perfect field, just because I think watching our heavyweights and just absolutely nuts of people flying, like the 6 I would put in here would be Hangman, Kenny, Swerve, and then just for the high flying of it all, I would like to see a Ricochet, a Swerve, and honestly, put a Myron Reed in here. Put a Myron Reed and he go crazy. I'm so excited, by the way, for tomorrow. Myron is going to go nuts in that tag team match. Anyways, we're going to talk about the Rascals in a little bit, but Andrade wins. I was just like, what in the telenovela villain is this? He getting all the women right now, too. I was just like, I love this direction we're going for Andrade, where he's a telenovela villain playboy, and I love it.
Mikey.
Yeah, he's very much aggressively divorced.
Yeah.
Yes, he is extremely aggressively divorced.
What's up?
And also, I'm thinking, is there someone you may have forgotten to put in that ladder match if they do have it?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Certain phenomenal TNA representative that could.
I swear to God,
quickly.
If somehow Tony Khan pulls AJ Styles into, if there is a Face of the Revolution ladder match, or even just an AEW Revolution in general, because I will be there live, I will literally film myself probably crying like a little bitch and send it to y'all. Be like, oh my God, he's here. So we'll see what happens.
Or like he comes down to cost Kenny the match.
That would be
amazing. Or cost the Bucks something, or whatever it needs to be. Like, really go
New Japan storylines from years ago. Let's do it. Why not? God, so great. Speaking of which, the girls are fighting. Swerve and Kenny are not having it with each other. We love you, Andrade. Keep being the playboy villain that you are. Tony Khan, bring back the Face of the Revolution ladder match, please.
And lose the pants, Andrade, honestly.
Just take off your pants. Without context, It sounds crazy, but take off your pants.
Oh, there's context. People understand.
We know. Anyways, let's keep going. Chris, yes, lesbian power. No, just kidding. I was like, yes, give me intergalactic dominatrix. So I was like, yes, ma'am.
Is she stealing from Beth Phoenix's closet though? Like that's what I'm wondering here.
I would not be surprised.
Man, she looked like an intergalactic Amazon. Death by Snoo.
Not death by Snoo. Xena,
which she's up against Tekla, who's also going to destroy you by Snoo. It's ridiculous.
It's insane. Clark Connors, you are a lucky man. Anywho. So, oh man. So Chris is going to address Tekla and her challenge on Collision. So we're going to talk about that when we get there. There's a lot of kinky stuff that happened on Collision that we're going to talk about later. There's some kinks going up in there. Some
the
BDSM.
Welts. My God, the welts.
Yes. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. Anyways, moving on.
Oh my
Speaking
God.
of chains and whips excite me. Mega Bad.
Speaking of Snoo.
Yes, speaking of Snoo, I was just like, we get an AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Eliminator match. The Babes of Wrath, the current AEW Women's Tag Champs, taking on the challengers in Mega Bad, which of course is Penelope Ford and the Megasis Megan Bayne. This is a pretty fun match. I enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed this. And spoiler alert, Megan and Penelope win. So they earned a shot at the title at Grand Slam Australia. And I'm like,
So, Mikey, this is also something that got brought up by like Wrestle Talk and a bunch of other places. AEW has had a lot of run of this, eliminator matches, especially in ROH, where they're a good showcase, but it's very rare where you have anybody really win them, if not outlast them. And we had, out of the blue, multiple ones this week where people actually just crushed. I mean, how do we feel about the fact that this is a full turnaround on that? Does that mean now the stipulation is done? Like we've shown it doesn't really matter anymore, or is this a cool new way of looking at it?
So here's my thing, right? And we have been on the air long enough, and JVL, actually both of you, JVL, you've heard me say this as you've co-hosted many a show with me. And Benny, you probably heard me say this a lot too when you were watching us before you joined us officially too. I am in the belief that I actually don't mind. A lot of people are like, champions shouldn't lose, especially in non-title matches, or in AEW's case. A lot of people are like, champions shouldn't lose these eliminator matches. I'm like, why not? Depending on who they go up against, whether it's through shenanigans or in this case, it's just Megan Bayne being Megan Bayne and destroying bitches left and right. Like, why not? I'm like, you can't have champion. I feel like champions losing here and then doesn't discredit them. And honestly, this works too, because over the last couple of weeks, we have seen Penelope and Megan, and also to a certain extent, Marina Shafir. This little trio has kind of gotten one on over of, Tony and this week, Harley and Willow too. So I'm like, why not? So here's the thing. I think Tony's been really smart with how we've been keeping Megan Bayne in the grand scheme of things. Like, yeah, her team has taken losses here and there, but her team came out victorious at Blood and Guts. So that's a big statement for her. I love that her and Penelope are still together, and Penelope hasn't missed a step since coming back from injury either, which is really nice. And I also like that Marina isn't unaffiliated with them, and now they can be a badass trio if they really wanted to as well. So,
well, they all have their own personalities in it too. And I will say, watching Penelope, I still get worried a lot now when she's doing some of the bigger moves. Like, is she ready? She shows that she's willing and ready to go in this one.
So I don't mind the eliminator matches, especially if it's this week. If you have the challengers actually win, now you're bringing some credibility, because for the longest time, the eliminator matches never went to the way of the challengers. Same thing with how this current ROH does with their Proving Ground matches. They rarely go the way of the challenger. In some cases, they do. And honestly, shout out to Lee Moriarty because them time limit draws, though, to get those challenges made have been really fun to watch. Lee Moriarty is probably my favorite pure champion in this rebrand of ROH. Like, Lord, Tyga style, love him. But to answer your question, JBL, I don't mind it. I actually like that we saw a lot of Eliminator match challengers win their matches this week to get shots at the titles.
In definitive fashion. Benny, how about you?
Yeah, I think the Eliminator thing as a concept, right? Like you have to give somebody a win at some point, and to make the gimmick work, right? So we've seen enough of the pattern of Tony's booking to know that an Eliminator it's just not going to go in the challenger's favor. So when it does, it's a nice little change.
Fully agree with you. It was interesting to me to watch this happen this week where it was such definitive fashion. Like, if we've gotten a challenger winning, it's always been either by time limit draw, you said, Mikey, or by like some weird dusty shenanigan finish. These were both, for lack of a better word, complete and utter one-sided affairs. Like, they really took it to both champions.
100%. And so I'm excited. So we're going to see the championship match this Saturday at Grand Slam Australia, which makes me really excited. Again, Harley gets to perform in front of her hometown again. And, we'll see if the Babes of Wrath can hold this titles against Megabad here. I'm excited. This is going to be a fun match. All the matches for Grand Slam Australia are hella fun, and I'm looking forward to every single one of them. It's going to be good.
Can we get the Bunny in, and then we've got an all-female faction going in AEW?
Yes. Bunny, I love you. I know you left AEW, but like just a one-off. Anywho, but we got this. We got to keep going with this show. Tommaso. We had Goldie, now it's Sylvie, and I loved it. He issues an open challenge for Collision. That is pretty much where this is. Listen, I love Psycho Killer Grandpa Tommaso Ciampa. I was just like, I love it. And there's rumors that his wrestling husbando in this weird polycule between him and Johnny and Candice, their contracts are also coming up really soon too. Could we possibly see Johnny wrestling and the Poison Pixie make their way to AEW? The short answer is, God, I hope so.
Do we see then a DIY reunion to go up against the Young Bucks?
Johnny,
it is the 10-year anniversary of Toronto.
Yeah, it is.
In November, so that would be rather neat.
I think they have enough time to build to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so.
So we gonna see Tommaso later in Collision. So we're gonna talk about you a little bit later, Tommaso.
Yeah. Oh, God.
The way you laugh. This wasn't a bad match, but this definitely was the weakest part of Dynamite for me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's by no means the Ricochet and Jungle Jack's parry fault. It's just like I haven't been really vibing with the feud, but you know what? It is what it is. They still put on a pretty good performance. Ricochet continuing to sell his ass off still half the time.
Oh yeah.
God, Ricochet, we love you. Jungle Jack, I know we trying, but it's really hard when we just got Luchasaurus back and now he out again. I'm like, damn it.
I don't know. Well, I also feel like they did what they could physically for this story to work, but it just didn't seem to have the fire they needed underneath it for a championship match. And I think it was a foregone conclusion. We knew that there was no way Jungle Jack has taken this off of him, even though we had, already had an eliminator match go the way we didn't think it was going to go. You couldn't get on board with this just because Jack hasn't beaten people on his level or beaten the odds against three other people coming up against him or anything else. He's just not proven it yet.
No, and as much fun as it was, it really didn't help that Jack kind of stepped in like halfway through the C2 when he was Darby's replacement because Darby wasn't medically cleared for the rest of the tournament. And I was just like, Jack, I love you, but like we need to put you fully in the C2 next year to see if you can stand on your own. Because I was like, I like you, dude. I need to find a reason to love you like I do some other folks. And that's not a bad thing because I do like Jack Perry. I want to find a reason to take that from I like you to, oh my God, I love you and I need to see you as champion.
Yeah, I obviously give Jack a lot of guff famously on this show.
No, really? We couldn't tell.
I mean, Benny, your subtitle is anti-Jack Perry. Like, I don't know why you have to promote it so hard, but still.
Well, I got T-shirts on the way, by the way, too. But I will give them credit here. This match was pretty fun, but as you said, like it still sort of lacked a little, like a second gear, or which is crazy because it's a Ricochet match.
Right.
So like, what they did in the time that they were allotted was pretty great.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but you're right, Benny. I was needing something to take it from good to great, honestly. I was like, we were just missing some finesse, some oomph to it to give me more impact. But this was still a fine match. It was serviceable. It wasn't bad by all means. Even though I said this was the weakest part of the show, it was still pretty solid, which is saying a lot. But Ricochet is still your national champion. And we're going to see what happens next with good old Rick O'Shea in this title defense.
I mean, obviously, is he going to do something at Grand Slam Australia? Are they actually going to showcase it later on in a week or two? Like, what has the national title become except just another
title
belt?
For Ricochet.
Yeah.
I know. The whole point is for him to go around. I'm like, I need Ricochet to go to Hog. I need him to go to these other independent promotions and put this belt on the line. I was like, I don't know if it's because it was Orange Cassidy, but damn, Orange Cassidy fought everybody across the world with this thing when he was international champion.
Exactly.
I need Ricochet to go across the states and defend this thing across the states. Shit, we had him go to Mexico and do it too, and it was fantastic. Like, we need more of that, please.
Drop him in, Mystery Wrestling or like Maple Leaf Wrestling or something too. Like, put it up there.
Him in Mystery Wrestling would be. Listen, we have seen that independent promotions are willing to put their champions on the line, like Mystery Wrestling. Throw Ricochet on an MLW show. Throw him in a Wrestling Prestige or something. Like, literally, I just saw Karrion Kross and Bear Bronson. That match was fire. Like,
yeah.
God, that match rolled. Anywho,
stick him in Pro Wrestling Eve and see what happens.
It's crazy out here, but I want to see him. You know what? I'm gonna be so for real. I don't know how it would work, but Ricochet and DDT would be kind of fucking hilarious.
Hasn't he had a run in there? I need to do my checking here.
I need him versus Mao, like, immediately. Like, Mao versus Ricochet would be hilarious. Anyways, so we got to keep it going because we do have a collision to talk about. Part 2 of Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd brutalizing Darby in the desert. They choked out a whole production person, and I was just like, guys, don't do that. How dare you? I was like, rude! We literally watched. I was just like, Darby and Gabe getting injured like simultaneously, like after each other threw the wrench in this plan. And so I'm like, we're watching Darby die, but what else is new?
All I was waiting for on this was like Sting to come out of the thing and go, "What's in the box? What's in the box?"
For reals.
Also, back to my previous thing. Ricochet was the DDT Iron Man heavy metalweight champion in DDT.
Send him to DDT. And even, like, you know what? Just because it'd be for funny, too, because she's in Japan now. Like, Ricochet versus Maki Ito for the championship. Let's go. Like,
yes.
You know what? Ricochet versus Chris Brooks. Book it. Like, let's do it.
Jonathan Gresham.
For real.
Billy
Stark. Yeah.
Emi Saka.
Yo, Emmy versus Ricochet would kind of slap. Not gonna lie.
Oh,
literally and figuratively. I love Emmy so much. Shout out to Emmy. We love you, girl. Anyways, Darby gets murdered again. What else is new?
And yet he comes back again from the dead.
He rises from the dead. He is a phoenix and rises from the ashes. They might be Sting's ashes, but still. Anywho,
this was straight out of Jackass. Like
for real, Johnny Knoxville's gonna pop out. He's hosting Fear Factor now. He's gonna pop out.
Right.
Okay.
We did have Bam Margera on like 2 weeks ago.
That was crazy. A Bam Margera appearance was so crazy. I was like, that was not on my bingo card, but happy to see that he's alive, I guess. Because I know there was a period. There was a period of time I was like, yo, who's checked in on him? Because we haven't seen him in forever.
Well, didn't like Hulk Hogan think he was dead?
I mean, Bam Margera has some crazy stuff, but I care more about him than I ever did Hulk, and that's a fact.
But I one thing we did miss in the segment is we needed a random Paul White just riding Darby around.
Yo, not gonna lie, Paul White, your transformation on the Instagrams, my guy, be like, yes, sir. We love that for you. Anyways, let's keep it going because main event time. And I'm looking at the time of this. I was like, we got 5 minutes left. What the flip is about to happen? So I'm just.
And I love they sold this so well too. Like Tony and everyone on the commentary, like we're gonna stay with this. We're gonna be here for
as long as we need to.
Exactly.
It was crazy. So the main event, AEW World Championship Eliminator match. Vegas, I put a pin in it earlier, but this Vegas crowd, like, I have questions sometimes about Las Vegas, Nevada, the city, but the AEW Las Vegas crowd in this, y'all get one of these because y'all are on the right side of history because we got the fuck ice chance, and also because of that, MJF give me the best meme of the week.
Well, you can see in real time, he's like, I agree with this, but I'm the heel. I need to play something up, and so he gets campy.
I loved him before, like wall breaking to the camera. He's just like, "Yeah." It was like this is what AEW is. I agree with this, but I'm the heel.
Can we give flowers to Bryce Remsburg because the commentators were starting to talk over and everything else, and Bryce held the match off to let that land. Like he knew what he was doing with that before he rang the bell.
Bryce, you also get flowers because you are. AEW is just great. They truly are on the right side of history. Anyways,
and they get all this free publicity and stuff. Like NBC News did a thing on it. All these new eyeballs on this product. And while people are saying like you need to be non-political and like go like down the middle with your stuff, otherwise you lose half your audience. You look at the other side of the fence, and they are blatantly showcasing exactly what they think about it and stopping their wrestlers from saying a damn thing. Look at Becky Lynch's promo this week, where she talked about that stuff. It's so disheartening to see from that side. And then Tony, whether he believes their politics or not, he lets his wrestlers be themselves and put themselves out there and deals with the consequences afterwards. It's so much more freeing. And it's not perfect, but it's freeing.
Also, I want to say this too. This is the second time that Brody King has been the catalyst to make headlining news too. Because remember, Brody made headlines during the summer last year when he wore the Abolish Ice shirt in Grand Slam, Mexico. And news channels, the major news channels, both left and right-wing outlets picked up on it. I was just like, Brody King is out here just doing the good Lord's work. And you can never make me hate Brody King.
No, definitely not. Now, here's the question on this. Will they pull the trigger on this? Do you give Brody a run because of it? Have him carrying that belt around as you get those chants in other cities, and he's wearing the shirt and everything else. Your champion, like that would be a stance against everything at this point if he does. I don't know what they will do, whether they pull that trigger.
My little heart would love that more than anything. I feel like Brody, at least in the last year, has definitely, in my personal opinion, I feel like he's earned at least a short reign, especially with the amazing work and how over him and Bandito got naturally as the tag team Brodito. Like, I feel that Brody King definitely should get a short reign. That's what my little heart says. My little logic brain in me says that no, that's not going to happen because MJF is still got gas left in the tank. And I think MJF is not dropping this until at least Wembley. I think he's holding it until then. But hey, you know what? AEW has continued over the last year and a half to surprise me, so who knows? But MJF, looking at the camera, gave me the best meme. So the match finally officially gets underway. Hangman comes up to cause a distraction. MJF is not having it. And then Brody King gave me the second best meme of the night.
Which also, take this back for those that watch, some of us that watch too much of the other stuff. They get this over again, and Brody's been doing this for a while. And what does the other place do? Rip it off wholesale because they can't get their guy who does the sleeper to look like he's an actual, strong guy with it.
The funny thing is, this happened after the Monday Night Raw, and Brody still did it better. I'm just saying. Anyways. And then, to cap it all off for me, MJF is just down. He's out. Brody gets him in the ring, hits a cannonball, hits the Gonzo bomb, pins him 1, 2, 3. Brody King gets a championship match at Grand Slam Australia, and I was just like, "Oh, this is going to be good."
And the crowd exploded.
Yeah, and Brody leaned into the camera and said, "Fuck ice" once again.
Yeah.
Right.
I swear to God, just for that alone, Brody is my champion forever. Fight me.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say that, like, the way that they, the crowd came together in that moment, like, they had like seconds to register what was being chanted, and then hit their mark, and God bless Bryce,
Oh yeah.
for letting that breathe. And getting back to the match, like, it's funny, like, Brody has been coming for Max for weeks, right? But we're all over here worrying about Hangman, Kenny, and Swerve, and then before you know it, the monster's on top of you, and they got a credible threat going into Australia. And man, I personally would love a title run for Brody too, even if it's not too long. But as you said, my rational, I know how Tony Khan books at this point, so he's already got his stuff planned out for months.
But what if? I mean, do you ride this wave of what's gotten you here again? Brody again went viral doing this stuff. Do you have him carry it to get those eyeballs on him? And at the same time, then you have this whole thing with him and Bandito. Bandito came up short. They're both champions, and there's the animosity in them.
I smell a Forbidden Door match between those two immediately.
Yeah, man, like, I think I said it earlier that, like, if Brody, if Brody wins tomorrow, and then like Andrade wins against Hangman, right? Like, then we got a Latino man versus Brody King in LA. Like,
you can literally, Brody King is the grown-up alt kid scene. Like, he is the alt kid growing up. Yeah. He says it all the time.
He's the pit daddy. He's the guy that when you went to your first show that took care of you in the pit.
Absolutely.
No, and on a personal level, like, I would love to see Brody King because of how many AEW wrestlers, especially the younger ones, have come out in interviews to say, like, I always still bring up Julia and Sky's interviews individually, especially Julia's, of how much, like, her parents are grateful that Brody and his wife took care of Julia, like, her first couple of years on the road as AEW wrestler, like when she first became like the Stevie Nicks character that we see and know of the Dark Princess. Like, I was just like, you can't make me hate Brody King. There's like, this just solidifies it. He's just a good dude. He's on the right side of history, but he is a big teddy bear, and he takes care of, quote unquote, these AEW kids. He takes care of the kids, man. Damn. Tony Khan, just do it, please. Book this man. Like, at least give him up until Forbidden Door, or even carry it until Double or Nothing, like a 2-month run. Like, give Brody something, man. I want to see him as a singles champion. God. Anyways,
to show you how great of a person Brody King is. The first time I realized who he was on a wrestling show with 3 drag queens. It was called Nobody's Watching Wrestling. And shout out to the nobodies.
Yes. Brody King is like we throw this term around in wrestling like Brody King is actually him. Like honestly,
Yeah.
he is him, Hangman, and Bear Bronson are in my wrestling Hall of Fame of there's nothing you can say or do to make me hate them because they are just genuinely good people in and out of the ring. I'll put Karrion Kross in there too because he's also another one too. But that was Dynamite. Let's get into the Collision, which was also jam-packed with a lot of wrestling. I feel like some stuff was bloated in certain areas, but you know what? There was some good stuff here.
Well, they had to get their stuff in before Grand Slam Australia because you never know who's actually going to be able to make that trip.
And we also don't know who's going to be able to return either. So, anyways, Collision kicks off where this is a number one contenders match, but not for the tag titles. This is number one contenders to enter the triple threat number one contenders to find out who would face FTR for the titles. So this is
Literally,
a spot
this is like layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of like how many number one contenders can we have?
I have
make more sense.
No, I have conspiracy theories because like the way they set this up is just like we also have a wild card. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know who that wild card is. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it is what it is.
One of these teams.
I mean, that could be, but anywho. So this is Gates of Agony and Young Bucks. This was a fun match. I actually really enjoyed this one.
It's Bucks so much fun to watch the Bucks work small against bigger competitors. So much fun to watch them do it.
And again, Goa is continuing to be really good, and I love them. And it was, again, I know I'm weeks late on this, and I said this last time, but like it was really nice to see them pick up some stuff when them and Ricochet went to Mexico and wrestled in Arena Mexico. And they did all three shows. They did the Friday, the Saturday, and the Tuesday show. Like, it was so good. They were great. And they are just big monsters being big monsters. And you're right, JVL, watching Young Bucks have to work up, so to speak, to your big monster types was really fun. It was a good back and forth. I had a great time with this one. Obviously, Bucks do win, but hey, I wasn't mad at it. I really liked this one, and I thought this was a smart way to open up the show.
This is a great match. Like, I love GOA. Like, I have for a while. And they were great. I just said, like, it was great, like, David versus Goliath kind of match. And it's actually, like, really reminded me a lot of the Bucks War Machine matches.
Oh, yeah.
Because they always had crazy chemistry with War Machine as well. And, man, this was so much fun. Like, I liked the, what was it, like, so they were like applying a nerve hold, and then like Matt walks up and like tries to get their attention, and then like makes them bump and bump into each other. Oh, great stuff, man.
The Bucks seem like they're having fun again, or at least they understand what their role in this is to be doing it. So they're not like fully pushing too hard on a lot of things. You can tell they're kind of at the end of their little bit of a run. Like, do we continue to be like full-time members? Maybe not. Maybe go to part-time. But they're definitely doing one last push to kind of get those good vibes back as they go along.
Who do you think 100%. The wild card is going to be?
Well, I have a theory. I don't like it. I think it's Cope and Christian. And I hate it. But
is he even ready to come back?
Well, from what I hear, they're done filming season 3 of Percy Jackson. So
that's crazy. Yeah,
I kind of don't want that. I'm gonna be honest. I would like to see Busta in the Brain as the wild card.
Yeah,
literally, you have the Bucks and you have the Rascals with Dez and Myron stepping in. So that's gonna be great. Honestly, the only two teams I would want to see is either Jet Speed, because then you can go full no gravity mode with all three teams and just have them spam finishers, which would be great. Or throw in Busta in the Brain. That would be fun too. Like Alec Rice and Jordan Oliver would be fun too.
I'm throwing one more at you. Throw the Outrunners in there as like the basis for all the stuff, so they can be the ones that throw them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen, Outrunners facing FTR again. I said it when we covered the Collision 100 episode. The Outrunners prove they can hang with the FTR boys. That match at Collision 100 between those two was fucking fantastic. Like, God, it was amazing. So I was just like, please. But I think it's Cope and Christian, and I'm like, fine, whatever. But
yeah,
I want to be proven wrong. I want to be wrong.
The other thing is, right, like, I also agree that, like, you know, I'd like to see it be busted in the brain. But, like, I feel like those two other teams really need a big team to, like, bounce off of. It's just sort of, like, even out the balance, you know? Because, like, if it's three of the same, like, generations of the same tag team, which sounds fun, like, you know, if it's busted in the brain, Young Bucks and the Rascals, right? Like, which sounds amazing, but like there might be too much going on.
True.
For our brains to process. Yeah.
Watch it be Big Bill and Brian Keith.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad at that either. Especially what I do need though is I need Defy Wrestling Champion and Bounty Hunter in this match. Like what we saw a couple weeks ago. I need those two to be on urgency mode like they were like a couple weeks ago. I was like, that's the version of Big Bill and Brian Keith I want to see. Though I'm pretty sure they're still sore after what happened this episode, which we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
And of course, I figured the Bucks were going to win. I'm like, hello, Dynamite tomorrow's in Ontario, California. That is literally their backyard. Like, the hometown boy is going to be there. So I love them. I hope they don't win, but you know what? Crazier things have happened. But we got to keep this going because we got a lot to talk about on Collision. The welts. We literally don't even get a full-on sentence from Chris when Renee is talking to her. Because in Tekla, while Chris is like taking in the crowd, Tekla spears the hell out of Chris. Then you have the Sisters of Sins hold her down. And then she begins to literally belt to ass Chris Statlander. I'm like, oops.
Brutal attack, very much in the style of Cody Rhodes. Like, it's going to be an interesting one. Tekla's not done with her. And I don't know whether that's because the pairing has good chemistry or because they can't think of anybody else to take on Chris.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. But, I mean, Chris said that she was going to give Tekla another shot, but Chris gets get the stipulation. So after literally belts to assing Chris Statlander gets on the mic, and as cheesy as it was, in my opinion, she drops one of the coldest lines ever. She's like, "You're in with Strap Daddy now." It's like, ooh, kinky.
We're getting a strap match. You know we're getting a strap match.
And that's exactly what she says. Tomorrow night, for the AEW Women's World Championship, Tekla versus Chris in a strap match. And I'm like, now, are we going to be on the levels of the Ricky Starks, and Bryan Danielson, Bryanson, like strap match where they were bleeding buckets? I was just like, Lord help us.
I don't see why not. It seems like that's the stipulation for it.
Let it main event, Tony, you coward. No, I'm just kidding. But they should, though. Why not? Anywho.
Man, you know, I hate strap matches.
Benny, who are you, Jesse?
Cool down. They cool down the crowd so much. Like 1, 2. Oh, he didn't get each corner. What is this?
I mean, if you're doing the Four Corners match, if you do the Four Corners with it, yeah. If you're just a strap match, like you do the Austin and like Savio Vega version, it's just there to keep them together, and they have to beat the crap out of each other.
And if they're smart about it, listen, this is big meaty women hitting big meaty women. You know they gonna do some crazy shit. Like
Tekla's gonna hang someone upside down with the strap from the ropes. Like,
girl, I was like, I know those Stardom days. I know those Stardom days, girl. So this should be fun.
You know, it begs the question that, like, if they don't put the belt on Tekla next week, tomorrow, like, they might kill her. Like, it might kill all of her momentum. Like, they got to do something with it.
Tekla should get a tiny run, honestly.
But yes and no, Benny. Like, then that's 2? And do you have, because Tekla technically has like gotten over on Chris or anything else. I don't know whether like they need to give her the win yet. If she comes back, like there's shenanigans in this, whatever it ends up being, and the decision gets thrown out, then you're on the rubber match at that point.
That's true. Well, like like with FTR Briscoes, right? Like FTR wins both the first 2 matches, but now we're getting a third one. Like, just to finish it off, like it was. Don't get me wrong, it's like one of my favorite things ever. But like the storytelling didn't sort of like make that much sense if you look at it.
True, that is very true. It's kind of rushed a bit to it, but yeah.
So I mean, we'll find out tomorrow which direction we head, because that match is happening tomorrow night, which I'm excited for. But I also wondering if Tekla doesn't win, if something happens, do we get the rubber match at Revolution? Like, because as soon as Grand Slam Australia is done, they have to start announcing matches for Revolution, because it will be less than a couple of weeks until then, and I'm excited. Anyways, we got to keep it going though. This is like the family drama, man. I swear. So Kyle Fletcher is being interviewed by Lexi. We love Lexi in this household. And Okada's like, I want you to be champion walking into your home country, a.k.a. I'm trying to butter you up so I could take you away from your husband, Takeshita.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's like trying to take everything away from Takeshita, including his best friend.
They were roommates. I'm just kidding.
They sat next to each other on a plane to Japan. Anyhow, no, this is definitely the push and pull. Kyle now becomes the kind of babyface of the story. Like, who is he going to side with? What's going on?
Who does he trust? He's another one that's having trust issues. Like, much drama. Takeshita
all the heels
Fletcher
can't trust each other. It's weird.
Takeshita and Kyle are going to need massive amounts of therapy by the end of the story. Like, honestly, their hearts were broken by the Don Callis family, and like they have a lot of apologies they're going to have to figure it out. But we're going to talk about you, Kyle, a little bit later in the show, because you pop up back at the end, and we're going to talk about you then. But Okada is trying to steal. He's Mr. Steal Yo Man. Literally. It's like Mr. Steal Yo best friend.
Kudos to Okada on this one, though.
Yes, Okada, I love you when you're just being a smug little shit, and I love you.
Right?
It works out so well. Anyways.
Hey, and look, he has his belt back.
Yeah, thank God. I was like, they finally found that lost in airport. Lord help us. At least it wasn't stolen. The amount of times that the wrestlers we like get their shit stolen makes me mad. Like, I remember we were all up in arms and we were ready to fight people after they stole Shotzi's stuff from her car that one time. I was like,
oh yeah,
that has sentimental value. The fuck we doing? Anyhow, moving on. You know what, Scorpio, you did the darn thing by putting Kevin Knight over. Like, this was pretty good. I like this match.
So smooth. This entire match was the smoothest you had all night.
Literally smooth like butter is the best way to describe this match. God, Scorpio's great, but I'm telling you, I'm pushing the agenda. Kevin Knight as at least mid-card champion next year, like, or towards the tail end of this year.
I mean, he is one. He's a trios champ.
That is true. You know what I mean?
This one was super fun. Like, I don't think it needed to be as long as it was, but like,
I agree. I was like, 2 commercial breaks. That's crazy.
Yeah, right. And it's like, is Sky getting built for anything? No. Why are we going through a commercial break? Like, but
maybe because Sky isn't on TV enough that he had requested to have at least a 15 to 20 minute match.
That's fair. But like, I really liked it. Like, and I like a good sporting contest. It's fun.
It's fun.
They did the sport. They did the sport. They did the sports wrestling.
Well, this is also generational too. You look at Scorpio Sky. He was Kevin Knight 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's now bulked up quite a bit to be like a little more powerhousey. It just was interesting to see that kind of like similar style, but yet way more polish on Kevin Knight.
I don't want to say Kevin Knight is the diamond in the rough because I feel like he is a diamond, but I do think that with a little more pressure from some of these vets and these bigger names in AEW, I think that it would be a good litmus for Kevin to be able to hang out in like a TNT or a AEW World Championship scene sense. But this was a really smooth match. This is great. Kevin Knight winning makes me happy. And Scorpio, you did the darn thing too. Loved it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, going from something I love to something I'm like, So Hook is in charge of the ops now. I'm like, I don't know. I forget if it's SNL or I think it's in Living Color, but I want to quote them. Hated it.
Yeah. But right after this, I was like, wait, so Joe's injured. Hobbs is gone. Is he leaving Shibata? Like, because
I was like, Shibata should have been in charge. Shibata and his Google Translate ass should have been in charge. Like, honestly.
I would have liked that promo better here.
For reals. I was like,
same.
I can't take Hook seriously in this. I was just like, he's in charge of the ops, and I was just like, God, this is going to be annoying, isn't it?
This is like the big brother goes away to college and leaves his little brother to like run their gang of little kids that were in the neighborhood. Except no one ever respects this one because he was the little shit to begin with.
And they only listen to him because it's just like, I'm afraid that your older brother will whip my ass when he comes back.
Exactly.
Gosh. Anywho. Well, I don't want to. That's all I have. I don't want to talk about this no more.
We don't need to. Move on.
We don't need to.
Viva.
That
promo, like, just
yeah, that promo was
that
bad.
promo
But
reeked of, you know who my dad is?
I don't care. I don't care, Hook. Hang on, I'm gonna go back to you.
For the meta of it, when that part came up, Jack Perry should have wandered through the back just for the hell of it.
Yes.
Put them together as a tag team and net the Nepo babies.
God, that would be crazy. Anyways,
Jungle Hook.
Not Jungle Hook. Anyways, let's keep going because Viva, it was really nice to see you, girl. I love this Viva van. Love her. Her and Mina threw down. It was great.
Mina's feeling left out.
I know. Poor Mina.
Yeah.
I was like, your lesbian lover is out there being a bisexual with Orange Cassidy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would too, but still. Like, this is just a weird polycule of people. Like, but I do have a question though, and I don't know if we're gonna continue with it because I was just like, I thought Mina Shirakawa had like a secret lover, like with the flowers we got a couple weeks ago. I'm like, did we just drop that? Like, what happened?
What are you talking about, Mikey?
Marina.
Like random storylines when something's not working in the pivot to it? Yeah, God, Marina.
Oh my God,
No,
if
what?
it is Marina,
Marina in a backstage promo said that maybe I'll send your wife some flowers again. Like,
So, random question. Because it's Marina Shafir and we know she's married to Roderick Strong, I was just like, do they get down with a pineapple? Like, do we think? And like, I was like, what is happening in that household?
I mean, she is the problem.
That is very true. Like, they both down with the pineapple. Listen, AEW is gay, you guys. It's really... AEW is very queer, and we're here for it. But back to this match. Viva and Mina threw down, and I loved it.
That's all we have to say about it. Mina was really good at it. I feel like this partially, though, was them, like, saying, yeah, we didn't think that this Orange Cassidy thing would go on so long. We don't have something for you right now. We want you to keep doing the timeless love bombs, but it's not. It's got to be put on hold for a bit.
But like, at least until somebody becomes bald. God, I hope Tony becomes bald, and then she'd be like, "Do you love me, Mina?"
It's just weird to me that Mina and Viva, like, it was a good match and everything, but like it was like maybe 5-6 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
I was bad. I was like, God.
Like, Mina's like still working for the figure four, It's like, how did you work over the leg good enough in 6 minutes where somebody tapped out? That makes no sense.
But
She's
no,
got
honest,
legs of steel.
she really does. Listen, those thick thighs save lives. I'm just saying. Anyways, Mina beats Viva. I really like Viva. She's one of my favorite independent women's wrestlers out there who's just popping up everywhere. Every time Viva and my favorite Chola Vipers pair up, they are also a T, and I love them. Your mom's favorite Chola Vipers. Loved her. I love them. Anyways, let's keep going. Damn, Skyfly. It was just not your night. Damn.
Was never gonna be their night.
No.
Shout out to Zeta though. It sucks that Layla is out because of injury again, but Zeta girl, really happy for you in this position. But damn, y'all got. I'm like, I looked at this picture. I was just like, say a prayer. Like y'all about to get your ass beat. They put up a fight, but they got their ass beat.
Well, I find it very interesting that like Orange and Tony took on local enhancement talent.
Right.
When we need the squash match on this side, we actually use like lower card members of our AEW crew. Like, what does that say about Wheeler and Marina going into this?
Rude.
I
like,
guess,
all right, who's here?
I mean, if you go on the hierarchy of things, they've beaten better people, technically.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're like, what is it like? Man, this match was great. Like, that Zeta Steel. Like, I guess I had a mental lapse there for a second. But, like, she's great, man. Like, I know she had a small run in Stardom, and you could see that like she's just poised for TV, you know.
If only she was paired with people that were on TV.
Very, very true.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
true.
gonna put this out there. I know it was an independent match, but like if we're gonna bring in people, like if you want to do, well, especially in this women's tag division, I still think Zeta versus Emerson Jane and GCW a couple like last year was a really good match. I'm like Emerson Jane's another one, which we're gonna be seeing her very shortly in progress. Just saying. Anyways. So Skyflight put up a fight, but damn, they got their ass handed to them by the Death Riders. Wheeler and Marina try to cut their hair. I was just like, that's a hate crime. Why are we attacking Dante? I was just like, don't cut black hair. What is wrong with you? But thankfully, Orange and Tony make the save, and somebody is getting shaved at the end of Saturday, and I cannot wait to see who becomes bald. This is going to be amazing and hilarious.
Why do I feel like there's going to be either a close or a shenanigan pin where one of each team is pinned at the same time? And so do they end the match there and those two get shaved? So like if we're playing this out, it's Tony gets pinned by Marina, but Wheeler gets pinned by Orange. So they both get shaved.
Yes, they should. That is how it should go.
Yeah.
Will they do it? I hope so, because Tony Khan is a little bit better than, Hunter in the other promotion. But who knows? We'll see what happens this Saturday. I'm here for it, and I'm glad that all four of them are down for the cause, if that is the case. Like, love them for that. I love this team, but gosh darn it, that extra could not act for shit. I'm sorry.
1, 2, the name just sucks.
The professor's not here because I want to ask him what's worse, this or the ops?
The ops makes sense. This feels so forced and put upon. Hey, you're British.
They should have just been called Ladybirds. Like, honestly. Like, just...
Man. I give Tony Khan a lot of credit, but one thing I will not give him credit for is coming up with names.
God.
My God.
This screams create a tag team wrestler name generator on the internet.
Well, and
Seriously.
terrible logo, too.
Listen, I'm not very up to par with my British vernacular, but like we couldn't look in a British like slang book and came up with some cooler stuff. Hell, you have Mrs. Will Ospreay as a part of this freaking team, and you couldn't have asked her or Jamie Hayter? God. Anyhow,
No, she's Alex Windsor.
that's also very true. I didn't mean like that. Damn, Benny, thanks a lot. It made me feel bad and shit.
Well done.
God damn it. Anywho.
Well,
how dare
anyway,
you?
so sorry.
Wasn't here, you bald
I didn't mean to
fraud.
derail
Just
you.
kidding. I was like, no, now you made me have an existential crisis, but hey, it makes good content. But no, I'm not the biggest fan. I love the team. Not the biggest fan of this name for them.
Yeah.
Now, if they do come out like in pink lady jackets, I'll be like, okay, maybe we're going somewhere with this. But
No, they're gonna go like Lyra Valkyria. There's gonna be a bunch of feathers because it's obviously
No!
even though birds is just slang for women.
There can only be one, and that is Lyra, in my personal opinion. But that is neither here. But no, I'm excited for Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor. Something tells me that depending on what happens on Saturday, I'm still thinking we're going to see a 5-on-5 in some capacity between the sisters. Mega Bad and the Sisters of Sin versus Babes of Wrath, Stat Daddy, and the Brawling Birds. Anyhow,
it's like all the women except for two, like
for reals,
Blood and Guts.
For reals, it was like
Blood and Guts too.
Blood and Guts 2, Electric Boogaloo. Like, anyways, moving on from this god awful name. Tekla, girl, I love these photos of you. They're great.
The welts. God.
The
welts.
She, again, belt to ass. Belt to ass, and that is all as she wrote. God. I'm so excited for tomorrow.
I mean, she's channeling some, like, severe Luna Vachon, like, during this. It's crazy.
Listen,
I picked up on that, too, a couple months ago. Like, during, like, Blood and Guts, when she had that chain... top on, I was like, yeah, I get it now.
I'm waiting for her to draw all the veins and stuff, and that would be even better.
Yeah.
Be like, Tekla is Betty's dummy mom. Anywho, Clark Connors, you lucky man. Y'all are some kinky shit.
You know, Tyreson's part of that throuple.
Tyreson is literally the third wheel. He is literally the third wheel in the whole situation.
Yep.
Anyways, but yeah, Tekla wins, belt to ass. Can't wait for tomorrow because this works out for both of them. This is just how Chris Statlander now gets her power ups, just getting beat up by big muscly women, and Tekla is preparing for a night out with Clark Connors. This is practice before the thing later on in the evening. Him and his Folsom looking ass. Anyways, moving on.
What? Oh man!
I will just say this
eventually, but
did this or did it just end?
It just ended. But I will say, Zachary Wentz, favorite person, MVP, lightweight, super kicks Brian Keith in the face after coming out of the hot boxes and limo. This is all over the place. I was like, was this the best match? No. Did I enjoy for the sheer chaoticness of it? Yes. Zach?
Yeah, like you weren't gonna.
Both Zacharys on both sides.
God. Say it again, Benny. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that this isn't like gonna be like a 5 stars in the Tokyo Dome, but for what it was, oh my god, like absolute chaos, you know. And like I don't know if it was. Yeah, exactly. And then like that, was it the one with like the motion cam? That was pretty cool.
It was hard to follow in certain respects of it, but yes, it was very fun.
We had a bunch of stuff. We had hammers. We had a hot box limo. Both Zachs on both sides took the most damage. God, Zachary Wentz, man, by the end of it, I was just like, holy hell, man. I was like, no wonder Myron is teaming up with Des tomorrow night. Y'all, you needed some time.
There's got to be a
Poor-
recovery period for all these guys.
For real.
Seriously, and poor Big Bill. Like, yeah, like they must have like he picked up one of them at one point, and like he was gonna run him into the limo, and they just like stopped for like a minute, you know, and like tried to figure out. I can't go through the. That's gonna go through the window. I'm gonna go
It's
around
also
the
like,
side,
okay,
you know?
what can we make believable, but I actually don't hurt the person I am carrying right now? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
this was a chaotic cluster F of things, and I loved it.
Large William.
Large William. So Uncle Eddie and the crew win here. So Dez is going to be back in action tomorrow night with Myron to see who's going on to face FTR. And I'm like, please make that match at Revolution. I love the Bucks. I'd like, guys, here's a secret. Like,
No, it's no
everybody
secret.
knows
You've said
that.
this before.
I said this before, right? So I'm glad that we are now getting Super Kick Party Young Bucks back, because I didn't want to ruin Mama LaGuilla's dream, but she loves the Young Bucks. You know, she thinks Matt Jackson is cute. But she does love the Young Bucks. She's become big fans even when we're in the midst of them being heels leading into y'all in Texas. She liked them, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to yuck your yum, but I am glad we're getting Super Kick Party Young Bucks back, because those are the fun ones. So
it's easier to pick up on, and you don't have to do a lot of work in terms of like storyline stuff behind them. So it's nice.
Yeah, selfishly, I want the Rascals to face FTR, and I want that match at Revolution so Mom LaGuilla can see the Rascals just defy all laws of physics and gravity. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm excited for Revolution, if you couldn't tell.
Not at all. Not at all.
Crazy. Moving on. Jesus Christ!
Man.
Is this PWG from 2004?
God. I'm not going to say this too loud because I will get in trouble. But god damn this! Holy crap, you guys! I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. This is hot. This is a hot take. This was my favorite AEW match this past week. God damn! Like,
this is how you follow the clusterfuck. It's what you do.
God, so we get a triple threat match for the TNT Championship. So Tommaso Ciampa defending the title against both Roderick Strong and Claudio Castagnoli. And I was just like, God, these are just three old men beating the shit out of each other. This is great. I loved it.
This is basically NXT Black and Gold.
This truly is NXT Black and Gold era right here. We're just running it back.
Yeah, like my ROH heart was very full on Saturday.
Yes, ROH 1.0, like goddamn this match.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we got Mr. ROH, Roddy Strong, Tommaso Ciampa, and Claudio, obviously, and you could see Chris Hero's fingerprints all over this one. Man, I love the story of this one too. Was like, yeah, like Claudio was clearly the big guy that they had to isolate, and then the flying knee came back into play.
My God, that sounded vicious, and it sounded like it hurt.
Oh yeah, just catch him, you know.
Nope.
Jeez, this is so good. So, I was like, what you mean this was only like 15 minutes? Like, it felt longer. This is a pay-per-view match right here, y'all. I was like, run it back. Jeez, I was like, can we just get triple threats from now on? Like, honestly.
Seriously. You know those times where, like, you're watching something and, like, time is just, like, sort of slowing down, you know?
Yep.
That's how I thought with this match. I was just like, this could be a half an hour, and I wouldn't even know
it. Taking it every second at a time, watching every bit and internalizing it versus just skipping what you don't need to see.
Seriously. This was a fantastic match from all three of these guys. Tommaso Ciampa walks out, still your TNT champion, and is confronted by a Kyle Fletcher at the very end, whom tomorrow night is facing Tommaso for the TNT champion, and I'm just like, this is gonna be good.
Shenanigans with Okada.
Yep, probably. Is
Mhm.
Takeshita gonna accidentally cost his best friend? Like, there's so many layers to this, but on the paper, Tommaso versus Kyle Fletcher, I was just like, I'm excited.
As we all
Also,
should be. It's gonna be great.
Tommaso, I love you too, because we just kissing fools out here left and right as well. I was like, all right, love it. You're good. You're a winner in my book. The kiss of death is apparent. Anywho, that's how Collision goes off the air, and that is how AEW television finishes up. This was a really fun week for AEW television.
Packed week with a lot of stuff, setting up a lot of fun places to go and giving us new stuff to see. I'm excited.
Definitely. And like,
Yeah.
they had a lot of moving parts, but like, it made your mind think of like, where are they going with it? Because you're also gonna worry about like stuff that they're doing video packages for, you know? Because like, there's so many moving parts. Pretty cool.
It
Good time to
truly
be a good
is.
fan.
And honestly, this upcoming week of AEW television, I think, is going to be really good and really important because tomorrow night, not only are we seeing where directions are going for certain championships, we're probably going to start rolling out Revolution announcements too. And definitely after Grand Slam Australia on Saturday, which is taking the place of Collision, we're going to see what happens because, again, even Grand Slam Australia has some Revolution implications. Like, is MJF or Brody King going to be the champion walking out of Australia? And then we're also going to figure out who is the official #1 contender for that match at Revolution. Is it going to be Hangman or is it going to be Andrade? That's also up in the air. Are we going to get new women's tag champs? Can the Babes of Wrath hang on and weather the storm that is Mega Bad? Also, this was kind of glazed over a little bit because it kicked off Dynamite, but Moxley is defending the Continental Championship against Takeshita at Grand Slam Australia too. So like Saturday's gonna be good. And also shout out to the Australian fans who are getting the House Rules show on Sunday, which is an untelevised house show, which I was just like,
so good.
I like that AEW is playing with house shows. Like, honestly.
Bring them back.
Seriously, so good. But tomorrow night too, like Stat Daddy versus Tekla in a strap match. We're getting the triple threat to see who faces FTR for the tag team championships. Tommaso versus Kyle Fletcher for the TNT championship, as well as some other things that are probably gonna be told tomorrow night as we go on air with Dynamite. I'm excited. I cannot wait. AEW has been really fun, and honestly, it restores my faith as a wrestling fan, whereas sometimes I want to bang my head against the wall with other things I watch during the week. But AEW is consistently always giving me good stuff. Though I do have questions sometimes, but like I have questions with everything else. They are fun.
I am waiting to see if the Australian crowd yells out the same thing we got in Vegas and just keeps us going.
We'll see what happens. Also, hashtag Brody for champion. God, please, Tony Khan. If you want to make a grown 32-year-old man cry, let my baby daddy win.
And we all know you love to see Mikey cry, so.
Yes, honestly. I'm a shill. I'm a masochist. I enjoyed the tears. Anywho, that is going to be it for us here at All Elite Ensemble. So, I love it. We will be back next Tuesday for another AEW breakdown. But we still got a lot of stuff this week. Tomorrow night is the double header of NXT and CMLL. But I will not be leading the charge tomorrow night. You will get a double dose of Will and Kilt as they will be holding down the NXT and CMLL post shows because I will be out and about in real life with Mama Lugwillow, and we're gonna get turned because Miss Cardi B opens her tour in the Palm Springs area. So she is opening her tour. So we're gonna go see Miss Cardi B go anyway. So we're gonna get ratchet, it's gonna get fun, but I am still a responsible person because I will be here Thursday when we do Mystery Wrestling 21 and a half. JBL is going to lead us through an extra show that was filmed when we were in the UK. and I cannot wait to talk about it. I don't know if we're going to have actual slides that are not just screen grabs, but we're going to figure it out. But I'm excited. So that's going to be Thursday. Friday, the TNA crew will be here not only to talk about the Go Home Show edition, but we are making predictions for the second TNA pay-per-view of the year in No Surrender. So very interesting matches that have been announced so far, and we're going to see what happens with all of that. Then, depending if MLW gets their shit together, I'm either going to be here Saturday to do a watch along for Lucha Apocalypto, or I'm going to do a Saturday off, but that's okay because either way, I'm fine with it.
Give him the Saturday off. He needs the Saturday off going into the next couple weeks, please.
God, like, listen, if Benny and JVL, if they only see what the March and the April calendars look like, they'll be like wanting to check in me throughout, because starting in March is going to be jam packed. Like, honestly.
Nope,
like,
not gonna look at it at all.
No, I'm not gonna send that out until the end of the month, but we're already halfway through April. It's kind of February. I'm already saying April. God.
You want to get past this so bad.
Well, I am looking forward to good wrestling because, like, to kind of just wrap this up and preview what the rest of this month looks like. I mean, we got Mystery Wrestling 21 and a half, TNA's No Surrender. We got 2 Progress shows coming up this month, too, because we have In Brightest Day, which is this Sunday. So that's going to be good. God, man, like Darius and Michael Oku as a tag team, I'm just like, yes, I'm excited to see them take on Lyco's Gym. And Rio is fighting Alexis Falcon. Like, that match is going to be good. Like, I'm just excited for that show. And then we'll get to see Shotzi wrestle in Progress the week after for the Lug of Progress #4. So that's going to be fun, too.
So good.
And then we are kind of wrapping things up. This wasn't going to be a thing, but you know what? Because we're trying to get new friends to stay new working friends with us like we have with Nick. So at the very end of the month, I am doing a triple threat cross collaboration where I will be hosting. So Kiltz and I and whoever other BC WrestlePod boy pops in, we're going to be doing a watch along with Nick and with our new friends, Sean and Matt of If We Had the Pencil podcast, as we're going to be doing a live watch along of the Elimination Chamber. I was just like, oh, Lord, shit's about to go down.
You had me with Nick. You had me with the other guys.
I know.
With Pencil Podcast, and then you said the event. Sorry to our new friends. No.
Which is totally okay, because JVL is going to be busy with other things, and he's got 2 Progress shows, maybe, that he has.
I'm going to watch him. I'm going to definitely watch him.
Also, just as an announcement, too, MJF at Mystery Wrestling 23 has me going absolutely bonkers. I'm like,
we got to get through 22 first, though, and that's coming up soon.
God, like, Mystery Wrestling is just taking over the world. Like, they're going to keep us fed for the next 2 months, because I was just like, Uno just doesn't know how to slow down. But in terms of AEW land, like, after Grand Slam Australia, we are literally like 3.5, 4 weeks away from Revolution and then Dynasty. And then it was announced today that while it's not officially been made, like, we have the potential location and date for Double or Nothing in May, which is going to take place in New York at, I forgot what the tennis place is called, but it's in a tennis stadium. I was like, avoid the ramps. Anyhow, but that's going to be it for us here at All Elite Ensemble. We got a plethora of fun stuff coming up this week, but we got to get up on out of here so we can, decompress, and the 3 of us can talk afterwards, just chill for a couple minutes. But from all of us here at BC WrestlePod, to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay biconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story.
We love you.
Will and Kilt will see y'all tomorrow for NXT and CMLL, and I will be back with JVL and the rest of the crew on Thursday for Mystery Wrestling, as well as everything else we got going on this week. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.
We love you.